Here we are booking flights to Canberra to get the Finland visa. Here we are in Canberra, guys. I'm filming on my phone. You can see we're on the Parliament House. We're at the top right now. My first time ever in Canberra. Just applied for my Finnish residence permit. What is up, everybody? Today's a little bit of an unusual video. I'm gonna be figuring out how to move across the planet. That's right, I'm going to Finland. I'm literally going to move to Finland. I'm scared. Okay? On the outside, I'm kind of just faking this. Listen, you look at my channel, there's a lot of highlights, okay? It's a highlight reel, okay? In the last video, I think I tried to talk a bit more about the challenges we faced while in New Zealand, because at the end of the day, bro, life is not just what you see on social media. It's not just butterflies and rainbows and just positive moments, bro. Behind the scenes, there's work, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of stress. It's not always a good time, and that's a good thing, because if it was always a good time, the good times wouldn't matter as much. So, to be honest, this year I really want to push myself. I can't lie, as much as I want to do this for a long time, I've really wanted to move countries, literally since I turned 18. It's just been something that I start and I feel so scared. But with this, I've just kept pushing myself. Like, if you want to do something and it's just that hard, you just can't have excuses. You gotta get yourself into the position, like I said in the last video, in the New Zealand video. You just have to keep pushing yourself till there's no turning back. And look, it might not be for everyone, but for me, that's the only way I can do things that I feel uncomfortable with. One of my biggest fears getting into this is just the uncertainty about it, I guess. I've never been to Finland in my entire life. Although I have lived alone somewhere before, I haven't lived somewhere that I didn't know anyone. Somewhere that was completely foreign to me, and somewhere that, I guess, if I needed that backup, I probably couldn't get it. We don't really have like a strong point of like where we should go, so we're kind of just like in a bit of a limbo right now, but what really to do, I guess we just like go, I don't know. Just like my support network is not there like it would be. I mean, literally moving over 13,000 kilometers away from my family and my home country it's crazy. It's a crazy move. Just being so far away from the people that I genuinely care about so much. People that have been around me my entire life and supported me when I really needed it. The real question is, how do you even move countries? Like, the language barrier?
Hell no, man. What
the whole societal system is completely different from my country. How do you get a job, bro? Do I get a job before I get there? Do I try and apply for jobs before I arrive? Or do I just go there, save my money up, get my apartment, and then just go off the resumes, just hand them out to everyone? But this is the questions that kind of come to me now. Like, look, I got my residence permit, but the next stage is actually working out how to live in Finnish society. It's a good question, okay? So, how do you fit into Finnish society? And I think the first step is finding a place to live. So we're running into a little bit of a problem with the apartments here. Now look, there's some great apartments, especially like the further away from the city centre. Of course, it always works like that. But there's one issue. The apartments are not furnished, and I don't know if I'm going to be staying in Helsinki my entire stay there. I don't know, it might be in Tampere, I might be in various other cities, okay? I'm in Australia. I'm not going to bring furniture. I'm definitely not going to buy furniture because it's pretty expensive. And I'm not going to rent furniture. It just sounds like a bit of a headache, especially if I'm going to be moving around, you know, especially on my visa, on a working holiday visa. I can only stay at a job for 3 months and then I have to move on. So it's a bit of a complication. The issue is, for an apartment that has a kitchen and furniture, it's expensive, man. I found Norway Studios, I found Fornum apartments, I found, you know, Airbnb, the classic. Airbnb is not going to cut it. bro, it's so expensive, but I found some good alternatives, and I think that's gonna be my way into this. Okay, it's pretty obvious how you're actually meant to get a job. You go out, give your resume, maybe at a job interview, trial shift, and then you're in. But it's a little bit more complicated when you're currently located across the planet. Okay, usually people want to meet you in person before they hire you, and usually people are a bit skeptical if you're not in the country, you know. I have my Finnish ID, I have kind of everything I need to be employed, but when you're just sending out resumes online, which I have been, people are always very skeptical. And I think I can keep sending out resumes, but the likelihood of actually being hired on the line is very low. The thing that worries me here is I only have a certain amount of money saved up, and I'm still saving. And when I get there, the money that I have is kind of my lifeline until I can find employment. And if I can't find employment, I'm going home. Okay, it's not gonna work, which is scary, but I feel like I can get employment. I feel like I can find employment if I really put my best efforts out there. But realistically, what I'm gonna have to do when I get there is print out like 200 job resumes and just go and hand them out and go try and speak to managers and try and put myself out there and get a job. So, I guess this is kind of it. It's a bit of an abrupt ending to the video, but I'm going to be starting this journey by flying down to Sydney, staying with family for a day, and then flying all the way over to the west coast of the United States. I'm going to be in Los Angeles for about a week doing something, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. I think I'm going to make a separate video about that, kind of explaining that. And then I'm going to be flying all the way to London, and then over to Helsinki, finally, where I'm going to probably be for a month trying to get a job, and I think I have somewhere, worked out for accommodation there, so it's looking pretty good. But I don't know what's to come, but I think I'm as prepared as I can be. Financially, I'm still making a bit of money to try and support myself when I first arrive, but apart from that, I feel like I've worked out as much as I can. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. It's been an extremely different video, and I've been trying to make more cohesive stories, but the issue with this is there isn't really a cohesive story yet. I'm kind of just introducing the idea. I'm moving countries. I have no idea what's to come. I've never been to Finland, as I said before. I'm really, really nervous, but I think it's one of those things where you just have to stop thinking and you just gotta do it, because action always overcomes fear. Love you guys so much. Thank you for taking the time to watch this far, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Adios. I've been considering moving overseas alone for quite a few months now, and it's becoming something that is a bit more serious.